Cool. So good morning. Welcome to yoga as a way to build your creativity. I read this book with Caroline Miss, and one of the things that, and I never realized it, but every single human on this planet wants to create something. We all are born to create something. And yeah, physical exercise, asana, or practice, it's an access point to creativity. Yeah, it gets rid of the cortisol in your body, gets rid of your thoughts. So you can actually, after this, you can actually do something and create. So that's the purpose, right? Create a culture of innovation and within your communities. That's why I practice yoga. And that's why I'm here. So join me in Embryo Pose this morning. So Embryo Pose, you're sitting on your heels. Bring your hands next to your body. Let your forehead drop to the mat. Yep. And take a deep breath. And release. Deep breath in. And release. And deep breath in. And release. And then bring your hips up. Keep your hands there and your forehead on the mat. And then bring your hips down. Hips up. And down. And into downward facing dog. And then bring your hands to your feet slowly. And reach for opposite elbows. Let go of your head. Swing from side to side. And then walk your hands to the top of the mat for downward facing dog. And then walk your hands back to your feet for ragdoll. Reach for opposite elbows. And then walk your hands back to the top of the mat. Downward facing dog. Walk your hands back to the feet for ragdoll. Walk your hands back to the top of the mat for downward facing dog. And then walk your feet to the top of the mat. Ragdoll. Release your hands. And bring your hands to the ceiling for extended mountain. Take a big stretch. Take your right hand and reach for the left wrist. And then pull on that wrist for a side stretch and look underneath your armpit. You can bring your feet together for a deeper stretch. And then do the other side. Bring your hands to heart center and join me for one Om. Inhale. Om. Inhale all the way up to extended mountain. And forward fold. Halfway lift, hands to your shins. Hands to the mat. Bring your left foot back and then your right. Drop your knees. It's the modified plank. And then low plank. Upward facing dog. Modified upward facing dog and downward facing dog. You can do that at any time. Inhale. Exhale. Take small steps towards your hands. Halfway lift. Forward fold. And all the way up to extended mountain. Stretch up. And forward fold. Right foot back. And then left for plank. And then low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Step towards your hands. Small steps. Halfway lift. Forward fold. All the way up to extended mountain. And forward fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Bend your knees. Step or float forward. Halfway lift. Forward fold. All the way up to extended mountain. And forward fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take the length of the mat here at as much space as you need. Bend your knees, look forward, step or hop forward. Halfway lift. Forward fold. All the way up to extended mountain. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upwards facing dog. Downward facing dog. Bend your knees. Look forward. Step or hop forward. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Step in a chair. Thunderbolt. On your heels. Lift your 10 toes. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Warrior one, right hand side. Right foot, right hand. Rise up. Hands to the mat. Right foot back. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Warrior one, left hand side. Rise up. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. Bend your knees, look forward, step or hop forward. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Rise up into chair. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Warrior one, right hand side. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Warrior one, left hand side. Upward facing dog. Chaturanga, sorry. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe in and out. Bend your knees, look forward, step or hop forward. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Rise up into chair. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Warrior one, right hand side. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Warrior one, left hand side. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe in, bend your knees, look forward, step or hop forward. Halfway lift. Forward fold, right up in the chair. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Warrior one, right hand side. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Warrior one, left hand side. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Bend your knees, look forward, step or hop forward. Halfway lift. Forward fold, rise up into chair. Lift your 10 toes. Sit in your chair. What stops us from living a life? It's we don't stop. And we don't start. And we don't change. Change something in this pose. Go deeper. Last breath in. And forward fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Warrior one, right hand side. Stop, start, and change. Hands to the mat. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Good morning, Ayad. Good morning, Claudette. Warrior one, left hand side. How many times do you stop? Change something and start. Hands to the mat. Or plank, low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Bring your right leg to the sky. Change something here. Bring your right knee to the sky. And then flip your dog. Push your hips up. And three-legged dog. Right foot up. Bring your right foot down. Bring your right hand to the middle of the mat for side plank. You can lift your left foot up to the sky and look at your left arm towards the sky. And try something different here. Long breath in and out. Breathe in and out. And plank. Low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left foot to the sky. Where can you stop? Change something. Like here, change something. Go on the ball of your feet. Bring your hips aligned. Can you change something? Press the palm of your hands into the mat. Can you bring your belly towards the thigh? Can you bring your shoulder blades together? What can you change? Bring your knee to the sky and flip your dog. Yeah, to have something different, you have to do something different. Knowing is not enough. So what can you stop? Here. Observe and then change. Can you open your shoulder? Can you bend your elbow, your left elbow, right elbow? Can you reach your arm towards the front? Can you push your hips farther up? What can you change? And then for three-legged dog. What can you change here? And then for plank, bring your left line to the middle for side plank on the left-hand side. You can always drop a knee here, lift the leg. What can you change? You look up and then plank and dolphin plank, right, left. Always drop your knees here. Bring your hips up for downward facing dog, dolphin style. And then back into dolphin plank. Push your hips up. And then back into plank, dolphin plank. And push your hips up. And dolphin plank. Push your hips up. Dolphin plank. Push your hips up. Dolphin plank. Push your hips up. And go into downward facing dog. Right foot, right hand for crescent lunge. Rise up. What can you stop doing here? Can you lift your left knee? Can you push your right hip down backwards and your right hip forward, left hip forward? What can you change? Can you lift your toes in front? Can you go on the ball of your toes in the front? Hands to heart center, twist to the right, revolving crescent lunge, left elbow, right knee, and walk up. Life around us is continuously changing. The body is continuously adapting. Change makes that happen. What can you change here? Can you bring your right shoulder to the sky a little more? Can you open it up? Can you tent your hands? Can you open your arms? Can you bind? Can't do that. And rise up to crescent lunge. And warrior two. And stretch out here. What can you change? Stop doing what you were doing. Get out of your norm. Change something. And then start again. Shoulder blades together. Most of us are really good at starting something. We're not really good at stopping anything. And then changing something. Or maybe you're really good at stopping but not starting. Left hand to the sky, right elbow, right knee, or to the mat, or to a block. It's that balance of start, stop, and change. And then start, stop and change continuously. That brings in us a fulfillment of accomplishment. If you look at the study of Maslow, hierarchy of needs, change. We need to adapt. It's a required human behavior. Warrior 2. Shoulder blades together. Hands to the mat. Right foot back for a plank. Low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Crescent lunge, left hand side, and rise up. What can you stop doing here and start over? Like activate your quads, lift your toes, go on the ball of their left foot. Hands to heart center. Revolving crescent lunge. Twist to the left. Make sure that knee doesn't drop. Open that shoulder up. Look for a place that you're resisting. Change something there. Something you may not want to do. Stop something. Stop resisting. You can open your arms. Open up to warrior 2. Shoulder blades together. What can you change here? Can you bring your right hip more open? Can you push against that back pinky toe and then pull against that front toe? Can you bring your shoulder blades a little together more? Can you bring your belly button in? Can you breathe? As soon as you stop doing something, you're going to start noticing something. And wherever that resistance is, go there. Left elbow, left knee, right hand to the sky. Or you can bring your left hand to the mat or to a block and look up. Where are you resisting? Can you go a little deeper there in that resistance? Where you need to open, maybe. Maybe you need to ground. Let go of your feet. Is that where you're resisting? Grabbing the mat? Or you're using your hands to prop up your hips? Change something. And rise up to warrior 2. I ask this question a lot. Who can predict the future? And hands to the mat. Left foot back for plank. And then dolphin plank. Back into plank. Left, right elbow up. Right elbow down, left elbow down. Right elbow up, left elbow up for plank. Dolphin plank. 1, 2. 1, 2. Get up. Dolphin plank. Plank. 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 Downward facing dog. Step forward. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Rise up into chair. Sit in your chair. Lift your 10 toes. Where are you resisting here? Breathe in and sit in the chair. Go to the heels, lift your 10 toes. Bring your knees over your ankles. Breathe in and deepen your chair. Breathe in, long breath in, deepen your chair. Breathe in, sit in your chair. Breathe in for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Forward fold. Halfway lift, forward fold. Rise up into chair. Hands to heart center, twist to the right. And chair, hands to the sky, twist to the left. Chair, hands to the sky for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fold forward. Very good. Peace finger to your big toe and fold forward. Palms to toe. Bring your palms underneath your feet and pull forward and fold forward. Palms to toe, forward fold. Release that. Halfway lift. Forward fold and come all the way up to extended mountain. Cactus your arms. Bring your feet mat width apart at 45 degrees. And let's go down until your thighs are parallel to the mat. Go deep a little. Just bounces like 1, 2, 3, like that. 1, bounce, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. On the ball over your right foot, ball of your left foot, bounce for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out, and go all the way down to Malasana squat. You can use a block here. Bring your elbows to the inside of your knees for Malasana squat. And you're just going to stay here, or you can try crow. So hands forward, knees underneath your armpits. Lift one leg and then the next for crow. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Choose back for plank, low plank, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Breathe in and breathe out. Right foot, right hand. Bring your hands to the inside of your feet and rise up to warrior 2. Stop, change, start, stop, start, start, stop, and change. Start something, warrior 2. Yeah, stop what you're doing, observe, change something. Go deep, shoulder blades are together maybe. Straighten that right leg, flip your palms for triangle pose. Right hand to right shin or to the outside of your right foot. And rise up. Bring all 10 toes to the side wall and forward fold, forward fold. For side facing, forward fold. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders and rise up. Bring all 10 toes facing the front. Bring your hands to your back for namaste, or you can reach for your elbows and fold forward. Can you bring your right hip back? Release your head. Bring your left hand to the mat for half moon. Not half moon, sorry. Triangle, revolving triangle. And your right hand to the sky. It's Monday. Great time to stop something and start over. Half split, bring your right hand to the mat, left foot up. And drop the left foot, rise up to Crescent Lunge. Bend the left knee, and then shoot up to Warrior 3. Can you bring your left hip back, a little down, shoulder blades together, right hand to the mat, left hand to the sky. Can you look up? Can you open that left shoulder? Can you bring that left knee up? What can you stop doing? And start over. Change something. One thing. Go back to Warrior 3. Bring that left knee forward and in front for standing leg raise. So left knee is up. And then bring your knee to the left, gaze to the right. Knee back to center. Knee in front. And then bend your knee and then reach for the inside of that left foot for dancer on the left. Shoulders together and release. Extended mountain, hands to the ceiling, forward fold, halfway lift, hands to the mat for plank and low plank, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Warrior 2 on the left hand side. Bring your left foot forward and open up to Warrior 2. What can you stop here? And then change. Micro movements. Can you bring your hip down? Can you open up that right hip? Can you let go of the front toes? Straighten that left leg. Flip the palms towards the side wall and triangle pose. Left hand to left shin or the outside of the left foot. Right hand up and look up. What can you stop here? Can you activate your quad? Start something else, change. Can you open up your shoulder? Change. Can you lift your toes? Change. And rise up. Roll 10 toes towards the side wall and fold forward. Side facing forward fold. What's different here? Can you go wider on your mat? Can you push your hips over your ankles? What are you going to stop doing? And change. And rise up. Pull all 10 toes towards the front wall, front of your mat, and bring your right foot forward and reach for your hands in the back for namaste, or to your elbows and fold forward. And can you lift your toes here? Can you push your left hip back? What are you going to change? Twisting triangle, right hand to the mat, left hand to the sky. Maybe you can move your hands closer to your foot, or even to the outside of the foot. And bring your left hand back for half split. Maybe you lift your toes. Maybe you reach for the ankle. Crescent lunge. Bend the right knee and then come up to warrior three. Half moon, left hand to the mat, right hand to the sky. Lift that foot. Can you open the shoulder? Back up to warrior three. Bring your hands to the sky and your knee up front for standing leg raise in the front. Bring your leg to the side and your left arm to the left and look at the left. Bring your knee back forward. Dancer on the left, on the right hand side, right, bend your knee, reach for the inside of that right foot, and express your dancer. So what I change here is flow. And every change, everywhere, like we get into the pose, we get used to the way we get into the pose. And when I change that, it changes something in your body, right? And release. Hands to the air. Fold forward. Halfway lift. Forward fold for plank. Dolphin plank. Push your hips up. And dolphin plank. Push your hips up. And dolphin plank. Push your hips up. And dolphin plank. Push your hips up and dolphin plank. Last one, push your hips up and then drop your knees. Come to sit on your knees. We'll do camel. Bring your hands to your imaginary back jean pockets. Push your hips forward, bring your elbows back. Look up. And then reach for the heels. Yeah, we don't notice that we do the same thing over and over again. And that's what we're stuck. Hands to your back. Come to rest and sit on your heels, palms up. Just breathe. If we don't stop to look and observe, how do we know that we're changing? And come to lie on your back. We'll do bridge. Bend your knees and make sure you can touch your heels with your hand and then shoot your hips up for bridge pose. Lift your toes. You can go on the ball of your feet. Push your hips up. Bring your belly button in. Push your hips up. And release. You can do bridge or wheel. I'll guide you through wheel. Hands on top of your ears, back width apart. You push your hips up for 1. Go on the ball of your head for 2. And straighten your arms for 3. Wheel number 1. And release. Yogi go, wheel number 3, bridge or wheel. Wheel number 2, sorry. I jumped. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and release. Yogi go, bridge or wheel. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Yogi go, bridge or wheel. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Yogi go, bridge or wheel. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Deep breath in. Last one. Yogi go, bridge or wheel. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Supta Baddha Konasana. Bring your feet together. Let your knees drop to the side. You can bring your right hand to your belly, left hand to your heart, and just breathe. Start, stop, and change. Bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a small squeeze there. Bring your feet to the air and do happy baby or dead bug. And then release your feet. Bring your legs straight. Arms and your hands in the back of your ear. Drop your right leg and then crunch up. Look up. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch legs. Crunch up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Both feet to the air. Give yourself a squeeze there if you want. Put your hands underneath your lower back. Lift your legs and bring them to 60 degrees. What can you change here? Yeah, the change we want to see in the world is right inside of us. Bring it to 30 degrees. It's not outside. And then bring them to a hover. Flip your toes towards your nose. Bring them to 30 degrees. So what can you stop there? 60 degrees. And back to 90. And bring your knees to your chest. We'll do abdominal twist. Hands behind the ears. Stretch out your right foot. Bring your right shoulder to the left knee. And for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. Slow down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50. Bring your knees to your chest. And then roll back and forth. We'll do boat. Bring your hands behind your knees. Lean back. You can shoot your legs out. Let go of your, you can bend your knees too. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Low boat. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. High boat. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Good job. We'll come into frog this morning. So you can go on the side of your mat. Bring your knees wide. And your shins are parallel to your torso. And then your toes are pointing towards your nose. Go down to your chest. What are you going to change here? I was with some friends on the weekend and just picking up some groceries, and we're talking for a bit. And then I asked a question, but I didn't wait for the answer. And my friend caught me. She says, you know, if you're asking a question, maybe you should wait for the answer instead of talking. Yeah. So I stopped. I thought about that. And I said, yeah, I changed. I said, sorry, you're absolutely right. I wasn't listening to your answer. And then I started again. And what I started this time was to listen with attention. I started the conversation again. Instead of being one way, it was now a collaborative way. Where in your life can you stop change and then restart something with the purpose why you're there. I wasn't there to be heard. I was there to be part of something. My ego wanted to be heard. My behavior was the same. And it's kind of ironic because last week I did some evaluation, 360 evaluation with my coworkers. And one of the things that came up was I interrupt people all the time. I don't think that I want to keep that. I think I want to change that in order to continue building a community. And release slowly. Probably feel that a little bit. And then bring your feet towards the front of the mat and then spread them wide. Yeah. And use your back of your hands just to push to get a little longer and reach for the front. Use your hands to pull forward. Straighten up your lower back. This is an interesting tool in yoga, like when you're doing the pose, when you're starting something or you're two, and then you stop to listen, to look, and then you change something and you go back into the pose. And it's the same practice off the mat. If you want to change your behavior, you got to stop. Take notice of something. Change something. Own up to something. Say sorry. That's a good way to change. Use your fingers to pull forward. Start, stop, and change. Maybe you can think about or journal about where you're great at. Is it in starting something? Like me, like 1,000 projects at the same time? Or is it in stopping something and then changing something with intention? Start, stop, and change. It's good for yoga. It's good for you. It's also good for dealing with these unexpected changes that we keep seeing in our lives. And that's creativity. Changing something, creating something new. And that's, according to Maslow, why we're here. And release. Bring your feet together. And then bind your hand and reach for the outside of your feet. Yeah. And straighten your back. Pull forward. Yeah, with your back forward. Yeah. And then use your elbows to push on your knees. Push them wide. Yeah, it could be something as simple as how you're walking or how you're jogging or how you're thinking. That's a little harder. Yeah, just stop thinking. And release. And this time, round your back, bring your forehead towards your toes and pull. And release. Then we'll do a shoulder stand. Come to lay on your back and reach your feet up to the sky. Shoulder stand. You can do an arm stand here or a headstand, wherever you want. Bring the blood back to flowing. If you're in shoulder stand, you can reach your feet behind your head for plow. And dead bug. And then slowly release that. And bring your knees to your chest. Give yourself one big squeeze. Everything tight, tight, tight. And release. Bring your knees to the right, your gaze to the left. And then switch sides. And then come to lay in Shavasana. You got another 5 minutes here. Lots of time for nice Shavasana. Yeah. So stay here. 5 minutes is about 26 breaths. Have time for that. This is the work right here. Where you let the whole body capture in what you've done. And where you envision yourself being somewhere, starting something, changing. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Long breath in. Very long breath out. Feel the breath all the way in, belly, and release.